Hi everyone, thank you for joining us. My name is Carolina. I'm from the Young Entrepreneurs Association, Portugal, China. And today we are here with Andrea Gelfi, President of JEN, Young Entrepreneurs Organization of the European Union, and Jurkan Yildirim, President of European Confederation of Young Entrepreneurs, Yes for Europe. They are going to speak a little bit about their each other's associations, confederations, and a little bit about entrepreneurship and how they can work together and create more and better conditions for entrepreneurs to just progress. So I will give the word to you, Andrea.
Thank you very much, Carolina. Hi, Gurkam. Welcome, everybody. JEN is an organization that started his activity in 1994. We have members from almost all the European countries and also members from non-European countries where we want to have a connection and where we want to create new bridges between Europe and the rest of the world. In particular, I'm not talking also of the country in the border of Europe, but we have also relationship in Asia, Africa, America, and more or less in all the world. Our mission is to sustain the youth entrepreneurship and to create the best environment for them to grow. In this particular moment, I think that our institutional role is very, very important. And the presence of an organization like JEN and of course as YES are necessary to create a connection between Europe and the single countries and to suggest the best way to support the youth and the new generation for the future, because it's something that we always hear, but it's true. Then younger generations are the base for the European future. That's all as a short introduction. Gurkan.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you. Let me express my deepest gratitude for the participants for the event. Today is a spectacular honor for me because we are witnessing a historical moment and a big idea for the future of European young entrepreneurs. We are at the very beginning of a unique cooperation and friendship between the two largest youth organizations in Europe. When I was elected as a president, I received a significant congratulation letter from my dear friend Andrea Gelfi, the president of JEN, where he highlighted some valuable ideas, such as keeping European young entrepreneurs safe, our full and common commitment in identifying to support our younger colleagues to guarantee the future of their businesses and companies, the continuity of European economy by pushing digitalization and public services of, as well as the improvement of strategic services on the market and of entrepreneurs continuous learning. We, as Yes for Europe board, internally evaluated these highlights and come to a common understanding that it was the correct timing for us to stay together and to play our role with a concrete common vision. European Confederation of Young Entrepreneurs aspires to be a driving force ensuring young entrepreneurs lead the economic, industrial, social renaissance of a new, resilient, digitized, and integrated Europe. So I would like to thank you for firstly to President, then all YES board members, joint board members, and to all whom supported this collaboration. European Confederation of Young Entrepreneurs, founded back in 1988, Brussels-based, is a fully independent, pan-European, non-governmental organization, has always been a true supporter of Europe. This we carry in our name, by name, which is Yes for Europe. Our network is spanning across the most important and reputable national associations, representing more than hundreds of thousands entrepreneurs in 21 countries. Being not only young founders under 40 years of age, but in the majority second and the third generations of SME owners. We are the co-founder of G20 Young Entrepreneurs Alliance, founding member of Brussels-based Allied for Startups, and the proud observer at the SME and More Network. We are more strong committed to the idea of common answers, more vision, and more unitary strategies. Thank you.
Thank you. I also want to add that I'm very proud of being here today. It's really historical that our organization want finally to start a cooperation and we have found maybe the right moment, the right place, I hope also the right person, the right boards in our organization to do this, to finalize this proposal that we discussed when you were elected as president of YES. And I think that this is a very particular year and it's the perfect timing for being more closer and to work as one single organization, or at the end of the day, we represent an important segment of the European economy. And for this reason, I see very positively our cooperation. And I also want to discuss a little bit regarding how now is the world approaching the situation and how this could also maybe become a new starting point for the European Union and the Europe in general, because even if during this year we have seen a lot of problems in the single national economies and many countries had to ask to Europe to modify the European parameters regarding the stability, the economic stability. Now maybe this can push us to really stay together more than in the past. What I'm seeing now is that youth unemployment grow a lot, and also the smallest company show their weakness. And in this moment, the young entrepreneurs are maybe from one side more fragile than the other, but from the other hand, they have some personal and cultural resources that we can take advantage of. For example, in the digitalization of our economical sector, in the recent past, we have seen that the companies that were ready to go digital, to work online, could afford this crisis better than the others. And this goes from the smallest shops in a town, in a city center, and also the biggest company in the different countries. The more you are ready for work on a different level of relationship with your customers and with your suppliers, the better you can, the better it is, and you can still compete on the global market. We also have noticed that while we were fighting or while we were so focused on how to pass this crisis, the rest of the world ran a lot. In particular, China took a central role in the global economy, or is trying to do it. And so maybe from the next year we have to consider a completely different scenario in the global relationships in the global economy. The role of our organization is to support, to help, to transfer our knowledge and our vision to the institutions to take into consideration this new framework. We want to be active actors in this, and we have maybe we represent that part of the economy that can give a completely different point of view and a very concrete hand to Europe to stay and to compete on the global market.
Thank you, Andrea. I do believe that entrepreneurs are the future of business because they are the ones with that turn ideas into something that it's more than an idea. And COVID indeed is a global challenge. I think for the first time in history, a challenge that everyone is facing at more or less at the same time. So Gurkan, how are you dealing with this new reality, and what does Yes for Europe see for the future of entrepreneurs?
Thank you. I feel I share the same feelings with Andre as well. COVID-19 is causing large scale of loss of life and severe human suffering globally, as well as Europe. It has been generated a major economic crisis with the halt of production, a collapse in the consumption, and people's confidence mostly. Also, stock exchange responding negatively to the heightened uncertainties. None of the EU countries were prepared to face this outbreak. Neither we were, the young entrepreneurs of Europe. So, entrepreneurs and young entrepreneurs, they're very important because entrepreneurs creates large-scale employment opportunities, promotes capital formation, improvement in the standard of living, promotes the balanced regional development, promotes countries' trade, export trade, reduces concentration of economic power, wealth creation and distribution, and facilitates overall development. At Yes for Europe, we have a reputation for keeping our fingers on the pulse of the economic, social, and policy developments that specifically affecting young entrepreneurs and their ability to thrive. The leadership team unanimously agreed that since the formation of our confederation, there has been no event that begins to compare with the sudden and violent impact of COVID-19 pandemic experienced by young entrepreneurs among young entrepreneurs among Europe, across the European continent. This is more true. The COVID-19 pandemic has had a devastating and immediate effect on economies, lifestyles, relationships and livelihoods of people all around the world, all within a few short months. Without a doubt, without a doubt, a focused survey and report to present a snapshot of the effects of the pandemic on young entrepreneurs was clearly called. For this survey, received is for this survey received results from the more than a thousand respondents from across EU and beyond. In the report, we present an insight of the immediate socio-economical impact of the formidable foe on young entrepreneurs of Europe. It also provides suggestions to policymakers to help optimize the conductiveness for young entrepreneurs of their national conditions, thus allowing young entrepreneurs to play their important role as part of the solution in economical recovery of their countries. The report makes for sobering reading, yet it also provides ground for optimism that young entrepreneurship can be a strong beacon of hope and the long road to post-COVID-19 crisis pandemic recovery in Europe. We look forward to sharing with you during our upcoming European Young Entrepreneurship Conference on 14th of December. So I would like to add, as Andrea underlined, digitalization. There were two subjects that we were planning to cooperate as well. One is digitalization. The other one is European Green Deal. European Green Deal is the big idea and top priority of European Commission. Is, as you know, that EU climate neutral by 2050 and zero carbon is the goal. Make Europe climate neutral by 2050, reducing Europe's gas emissions up to 50-55%, which is now around 40%, supporting EU industry by eliminating unfair competition. They may apply some carbon border taxes for goods from countries which are less ambitious on the climate. There is another renewable energy target, which is now around 32%. So the target is to increase this by 2030 as much as Commission can. This way, the Europe industry will be supported. Decarbonized transportation, heating, and industry will be realized, and there will be a 1 trillion euro investment over in Europe. So we lots to work on. But if we get it right, it will have a huge and positive impact for all of Europe. I believe this. Thank you.
Thank you, Jürgen. Well, the resources and the environment are, of course, a very important part of the future we are trying to construct, not only for entrepreneurs, but for everyone around the globe. We will have a panel on that tomorrow morning. I invite you to join us then. We have here a question from the audience. How can Jean and Yes for Europe help young entrepreneurs to contribute to and benefit from the European Union Recovery Plan and the European Green Deal, which will involve a major disruptive shift in our society and economy? How do you think your entities, both Jean and Yes for Europe, can help entrepreneurs to take part in this?
I think if I may answer that,
please.
If we share and we do this object as one of the most important for the future of Europe, and this is clear today because the president of the European Commission put the Green Deal at the base of her mandate. Then we can work with the concrete proposal to the institution, of course, but I think that our great capacity is the relationships that we have with our national partners. Our members, you have to consider that our organization, and Jean surely works like this, has a strong connection with the national organization, and our main goal is to keep a constant transmission of information and project between the European level and the national level, because if we are able to transmit to them which are the guidelines, the opportunities, of course, but also the strategies we are working on, then we can multiply the effect of our job. Our organization is a European umbrella organization, and it means that let me say the real job. It's up to the national members. What does it mean? That we work for the European framework, but then the cooperation with the national institution is crucial for this. The opportunity of this Green Deal are very high for the new economy, for the economy, of course, and also for the changes that this will bring to the entire society. What I see is that in the next future, all the company will choose the greener solution, maybe in the first stage because it's, let me say, something that the market is asking for, but then this will become part of our culture. And in some, I don't know, maybe in 10 years, the change will be very, very important. And of course, when you talk about green, you talk about technology, because now the older technology like the gas, the engines, the I don't know, the way we heat our houses must change, and the real impact of the green economy is not only something dealing with I don't know, having a new car, but we have to change all our habits in the daily life. And the entrepreneurs are a key for this change, because if we understand that the market is asking for something new, then we will start to create this change in our goods, in our services, and in all the processes that affect our business life.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Andrea. I don't know,
add
Jurgen, do you want
some,
to
yeah,
also?
some few things maybe. So we are we are opening the doors for the European Union market. What we are speaking about, 500 million people and more than 14, 15 trillions of euros. So our organizations are working for the young entrepreneurs to be their voices. So to represent them in the Brussels level. So to bring them time to time the investors, and at the same time uh, to 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 represent their ideas, to open them to other markets. So uh, think about this, we are doing this now separately, but after this memorandum of intention, we will be much powerful by facilitating know-how, success stories, and role models, sharing among the both organizations and member associations. So we will do the communication part, we will bring countries together, we will bring young entrepreneurs together, we will share their ideas, we will enlarge their ideas, we will be a light for them for the future. They will learn from it's almost like a school also. So we have the MOE, but there are of course some certain subjects which how we will do this, but how we will do this is basically we will provide and facilitate social business exchange opportunities between young entrepreneurs from the European Union and its neighborhood countries, members of Yes for Europe and Jeune. So basically, we will bring them together. We will support their businesses and generate new ideas and and support their businesses in the Brussels level to be the voice of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Jurgen. Well, I do believe that you set the guidelines for your cooperation in the future. And of course, as Andrea said, the entrepreneurs are the basis of change because they are the first ones that have the ideas to change something and do something new. So I don't know if you want to add something else on how the work will be from now on, how the cooperation will work, because cooperation is the key. When we have several people from different places all adding value to a conversation, we always have a better outcome of the conversation. So your thoughts?
Do I start? Yeah,
Sure.
our cooperation starts on a few very important points. and our memorandum of understanding. I'm proud to remember that we have recently signed, even if online. Unfortunately, we plan to meet in person for come, isn't it? But this year, this is not possible. It means that for the future, our boards, our team will meet in different conditions, and I hope that this can be very, very, very soon. Uh, and then we will really discuss how to cooperate. But what we already know is that the discussion is at the base, because if we want to discuss, we can do it in every moment. The technology helps a lot to make us closer, and it means that we can be very effective since now. Maybe if I can suggest, we should organize a new share meeting online with other our boards. We already have two boards that teams that are cooperating, and to prepare a sort of a proposal for the European institution regarding the key points we want to work on. And then to communicate it, because the difficult part of our job is to be visible, to communicate, to make and to maintain the connection alive. In We have seen this year that the everyday life was very difficult to manage, and this affect a lot the companies, the organization, the institution, every level of our life. For the future, now we are more prepared, and I see will do a very bright work together.
Thank you, President. So, really, we are passing through difficult times. Everybody's first priorities, of course, for our businesses and health, for sure. I think so. This memorandum of intention will be in the history. It's double time because it's signed in the COVID pandemic period. So
Yeah.
mostly people cannot physically come together. So we achieved this one, and we will also be sharing the roadmap with John also in our IEC, so means European Young Entrepreneurs Conference on 14th of December as well. And after that, we'll be jointly organizing an event, a networking event, a more detailed event. After this event, we'll see the exact dates. We will inform all the attendees here as well, and all the young entrepreneurs in our network. So we have the roadmap, we have the clauses, and this is based on communication. This is based on coming together, because if you want to do a business, or if you want to further your business, or if you want to create a partnership, or if you want to start something, you cannot do it through with these cameras. You need to physically come together. You need to see each other, understand each other. So these times will pass as well, but these times we will use it as a positive, and we will turn the crisis into an opportunity to at least finalize the paperworks, and to write down the roadmap. And I hope after the everything is open, then we go to our back to our normal lives. Uh, we will we will be implementing and executing, which we put on paper through the events, physical events, and physical partnerships, cooperations. I'm very positive for this. I'm very excited for this collaboration, and we will give you more details in the IAC, and after the summit that we are going to organize.
Good.
Thank you, Jurkan. I think it's great news that you have this cooperation. It's great news for all the entrepreneurs because it will for sure be make all of us stronger. And I don't know if you want to add something else to the conversation or just leave a message of for the future for everyone listening. I just leave it up to you if you want to add something.
Let me start this time, Andrea. So I want to close.
Please do.
I want to close again as I started. I want to thank for Andrea. That was a significant letter and very nice start and very nice thoughts. And because we need to stay united, unity is very important. We see this on these challenging times as well. I want to thank for all the members of board of Yes for Europe, Benjamin Knopfler. I want to thank to Matteo. I want to thank to Victoria. I want to thank to Jose. I want to thank everybody who is involved and supported uh, this idea. Um, and I want to thank Alberto. I want to thank Florin. I want to thank everybody. Also, I want to thank Julian, which is our national president, who created this good environment, who bring these people together. And from our side, we will be doing our best for sharing and helping young people and European entrepreneurs for the next years. And I want to thank again to you, Andrea. Thank you.
Thank you for your kind words. Gurkan, thank you very much. And I also want to thank you, of course, because this maybe wasn't possible before. And it's thanks to your support and to your vision that we were able to start this cooperation. And I also want to thank my team. I also want to thank them because I'm almost at the end of my mandate in Jeune, and the last 3 years were unbelievable to me. And this experience is something that I will always bring with me my whole life. Of course, I will not leave Jeune alone. I will be there, and my mandate will end at the end of this year. But the legacy of this agreement is something that I'm sure the next president and the next board will will take as a strategic part of their future job work. And I also want to thank Alberto in particular because he is also the promoter of this nice event, FIN2020, and Carolina for the job he did with us to organize this meeting, and for I know she's doing for all the event. We have met as brothers now, and we can keep on moving with our common projects in the future.
Sorry, I have a special thanks as well from the team. I want to thank, I forget it. After that, that can be created a problem for me. I apologize if there is names that I forget to thank, but I would like to thank Rupen Muchian, which is the Secretary General of TUGIAT, for his support. Thank
A
you.
very good friend of us.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Well, thank you both for your words. I do believe that the change is all about the people that do it. If people want to do the change, want to cooperate, they will be able to. We have here a final question that just popped up in the window. Could you point the main sectors for business opportunities on the current European market? Jurkan, you first now.
Okay, so as we spoke in the European market, it seems that the next few years will be the opportunity years. So the sectors with the green deal and digitalization is huge. You know, this is also this is also the funds also the investment also goes to health sector. It also goes to infrastructure, any kind of infrastructure. So any kind of digitalization support will be funded. Also, I guess so. I guess so to supporting the European industry will be an impact of the heavy and light industry as well. So for the production, so in the energy related sectors with this, it's it's, we can name it. Also, the conventional sectors will be funded as well. So in any kind of sector, there will be some kind of opportunities, but you need to be digitalized and you need to be green.
Thank you, Jurgen. Andrea, anything else?
Yeah, I want to add that apart from what Gurkan already said, I completely agree. I want also to focus on the strategic importance of the fintech in the European market because we also have to change how the money moves in Europe, and the companies needs a different approach. We always went to a bank, for example, when we need a loan or we need support to grow. And we have to change the mindset. There are other resources. There are the European, of course, resources, but also the market is proposing now something really, really different. I thinking about peer-to-peer lendings, social lendings, and all the technology that can help the entrepreneurs in taking under control their businesses and to evolve their strategy. So what I'm seeing that in the fintech sector there are big opportunities and they are more concrete than they could seem now.
Thank you.
Dear
Yes,
Carolina, I
Jurgen.
want to add something that there was a question that I checked my notes and I realized it. At the very beginning of the pandemic, we did a survey at the very beginning with the member organizations, and there we see young entrepreneurs mostly they don't have the credit score, so this is a very big problem for them. And how we will help and how we will this was the question, how we will help them, how we will help the young entrepreneurs or the members. uh, we will be the voice of these kind of problems. Uh, we will be working, uh, we will be bringing with these problems on the EU Commission level, and try to be the supporter of them, let's say in the financial wise, and at the same time to underline their difficulties and to name them and to continue to create ideas and ways to solve these kind of really big problems. This I wanted to mention this because this was an underlined problem for the young entrepreneurs.
Mhm.
Thank you, Jurgen. So I don't know if you want any of you want to add something more. No. Okay, so thank you both. Thank you for being open to cooperate because that's the road to go for the future. Thank you for the road you are making for all the entrepreneurs out there that need support and that need someone to speak on their behalf and to fight for them to get better conditions and better ways to make their ideas turn into businesses. And thank you so much for being speakers at FIN. And Andrea, thank you for your kind words regarding myself. I'm just trying to help everyone. And I hope you enjoyed being here. And I hope to see you at the next seminars that we are doing in FIN this year.
Of
And
course.
next year, I hope to see you both here in Porto. That means that we can all be together again in person because technology is amazing for many things, but I miss people and I think it's very different to have people close to us. So thank you so much to both of you. Thank you for everyone for watching and for the questions and for bringing ideas to the discussion.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.